what's up, everyone? Welcome back to the JR Wisdom channel. Thank all you guys for tuning back in, new and old subscribers. And if you're just now clicking on one of my videos, make sure you go ahead and hit the subscribe button and the bell. That way you receive all the notifications for all my future content. So we'll just get right into it. Obviously, we're talking about some more simp stuff here, and this is a crazy story. You know, something straight out of Snapped and all these other true crime stuff or whatever. But this is, you know, more so on a topic, a video that I discussed before. Hence why I named it, you know, Toxic, Dysfunctional Women and the Simps Who Loved Them Part 2. But this in particular is about a guy named Omar Murray. It's the Omar Murray story, which is an unfortunate issue that involves two simps, possibly three. So this story took, you know, takes place, you know, it happened a few years ago and whatnot. But they just recently got sentenced for this. And as I stated before, you know, like it involves a woman with three other men, and an affair with, you know, insurance money, all types of foolishness. But first thing I wanted to state, for those of you who haven't heard me say it before, a simp is a dangerous man. And I say that to say that these men will go above and beyond and will do anything for these women that they've fallen head over heels with. And a lot of times, you know, in the case of these, it's out of jealousy, or it's out of manipulation, narcissism, dysfunction, or just a toxic woman, you know, with these things happening. So that's what makes this. And this is something that shouldn't be taken lightly if you are involved in a love triangle or something like that, or involved with a woman who is potentially involved with another man who basically exhibits behavior where he's willing to do whatever, because you might end up losing your life. So like I said, this story is about this Omar Murray, who I'm talking about. He was married. He's 37. He was a 37-year-old man, and he was married to a woman named Aleshia Noel, and she's about 10 years younger than him. You know, 28 years old. Like I said, they're from Brownsville, Brooklyn. I don't know exactly how long they were married, but she had a 10-month-old son by him. You know. So they were having, you know, issues obviously throughout their marriage, you know, infidelity, that she accused him of, you know, having sex with prostitutes, and supposedly he had a baby outside of the marriage, you know, allegedly. But the prostitution thing, I guess, is what sparked a lot of this. So that, with her just wanting to get rid of him, and she also was in debt, his wife. She has this plot to have him murdered. So, you know, obviously she doing her research, and she has her own, you know, boyfriend that comes in, or simp, or a man that she manages to manipulate, who's a few years older than her. His name is Dameon Lovell. So basically, she's, you know, pestering him, saying that, you know, I want my husband dead, I don't want to be with him. And what she ended up doing was purchasing like 3 insurance policies, which totaled $900,000, which kind of sweetened the pot for him, along with the fact, obviously, he's having sex with this woman. And, you know, basically he's willing, at the point where he's willing to do anything for her, you know, because she kept pestering him, asking him, and I know he was at first reluctant to do this. So it came to the point where this guy started asking around, and he knew some people, and you know, he decided to hire, I guess, a friend of his named Kirk Portious. But prior to that, his wife actually tried to kill him. Aleshia actually tried to kill Omar Murray, and the way she tried to do that was the old-fashioned way, by poisoning him. So all that did was make him real ill and messed up, and they took him to the hospital, and the doctor saved his life. So she tried to kill him that way. That was October 2012, just to put things in perspective. That's when she initially tried to kill this man. So I don't know how he didn't know that he was poisoned. They had to have told him that he was poisoned, whatever she decided to use. But that should have been a sign right there, especially if you know you're having issues with your wife. So that should have been the first sign that he should have recognized that he shouldn't be in the relationship and he should be trying to get out. You know, if a woman's trying to kill you. So that didn't work. So her boyfriend, Dameon Lovell, he decides to, you know, as time goes by, the next year, this is October 2012 when he was poisoned. So in February 6th to be exact, this Dameon Lovell got a friend of his to try and shoot the husband, Omar. They shot at him, but they didn't hit him, and it was unsuccessful. So that's strike two. Somebody obviously was trying to kill you, you know, 3-4 months later. You know, but you're not seeing the signs. So basically, it ends up becoming successful. He actually hires this hitman, which is a friend of his, named Kirk Portious, as I said. The funny thing is, they were paying him $3,500, you know, and he just wanted $500 down, you know, to do the job, and he took it. So basically, he went over to the house, you know, while the guy was home. She was hiding in a closet upstairs with 10-month-old baby, while the guy, you know, most likely she let him in. He went upstairs and shot him 3 times, and he left the house, you know, with no worries. So she calmly waited a while, called 911. She was calm on the phone. The police show up, the detectives and everything. I believe her father showed up. She wasn't showing any signs of being sad or distraught or anything. She was just talking to them calmly, you know, explaining to them somebody must have broken into the house or something like that and, you know, killed her husband. Or she heard her husband talking on the phone earlier and must have had a disagreement with someone. So, the detectives thought it was kind of odd that she was talking like this. So basically, within a year, you know, everything went away. She tried, I guess, days later to collect on the insurance money, but I guess they thought something was kind of fishy or whatever. So she never collected. So within a year, she ends up remarrying. And I don't know if she's actually married the boyfriend, and maybe that's probably why he got upset, Dameon Lovell. So she ends up getting married less than a year after her husband was murdered. And roughly a year after he was murdered, the detective's investigation led them to the boyfriend, Dameon Lovell, which basically he admitted to everything. He admitted to, you know, finding this guy. He admitted to getting one of his friends to shoot at Omar. He admitted to purchasing a gun, you know, stuff like that. And he basically, in exchange for this information, you know, he ended up taking a plea of 15 years. And you know, basically he was going to testify against his own friend Portius and his girlfriend. So for whatever reason, something must have happened where he basically snitched on, even though he's the one who set all this up. He snitched on them for this to happen. So they basically took it to trial. They claimed they were innocent, but he basically told them everything, how everything went down. You know, this woman, you know, which is crazy how dysfunctional she is and narcissistic, basically, to the point where she didn't really care. She just killed this man. Her 10-month-old son, you know, killed the father just like that. You know, based upon this whole issue, she didn't really care. She was having sex with Dameon Lovell, her boyfriend, while her husband was upstairs sleeping with the son. That's just how bold she was and how disrespectful she was, having sex with the boyfriend. And the boyfriend, you're gonna stoop to that low. You know, you. That's why I say you take that you go to this measures to actually have sex with a woman with no respect for the husband at all in the house. You know, to that point. So basically, if you're willing to do that, you're willing to do whatever. So I can only imagine what this woman was whispering in your ear and telling you and trying to convince you, you know, how you guys are going to be together and spend all this money, and you would go this far to take this man's life. This isn't even your wife. This is this man's wife, legally, however you want to say it. And I notice a lot of times with these guys, not only him, but the husband was a simp for actually sticking around after all this. But a lot of these guys who go this far as, you know, going the homicidal route, you know, over a woman that's not even really theirs, and stooping to that level, really don't have many options when it comes to women. You know, they're kind of satisfied, or they're happy to get what they can get. So that's what makes them go so hard and do these things a lot of times. Like I said, I had experience with this. I saw this firsthand as far as the distances men will go, you know, for a woman. And that's when I noticed that. I'm like, these men, you know, there's only one way you can really stop these type of men, because if they're really willing to go that distance, you got to keep your antennas up, you know, because they might be trying to do like this dude did, or do it themselves, kill you themselves, just over simping over a woman, because that's all they feel like they can get. Well, it probably is all they can get, you know, for something like that. So anyway, both of them went to trial. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if they were co-defendants in the whole trial, but they both went to trial and they were convicted. Got life sentences without a chance of parole. This woman loses her son. Somebody else has to raise the son. She basically had no remorse in court. She maintains her innocence, that she didn't do anything. You know, this guy, God was giving this guy the signs, but he stayed in the relationship for whatever reason, and decided to stay with this woman. This other simp, Dameon Lovell, he just lost 15 years of his life over a woman, you know, trying to please her, and got another man killed. And this guy who only took $500 to murder a man, I mean, you got the rest of your life over this woman, you know, for killing, and both of them ended up snitching. Well, the guy ended up snitching on you. The same guy who hired you was the same one who ended up snitching on you. So all this stuff is just pure, you know, stupidity. For what? What came out of this? So it's just stuff for you guys, you know, a lot of you fellas, recognize the signs when you're dealing with someone dysfunctional, and when you need to get out of a relationship, or if she's dealing with other men, because you never know what the hell can go on. You know what I'm saying? Don't be a simp. You know, the boyfriend, as you see, like I said, he was a simp. The husband was a simp. Simps are dangerous men who will bend to the will of women, and they'll commit some dastardly deeds, and you can lose your life just by getting involved in this whole thing, just that quick, for something like that. You know what I'm saying? I left the link for my the part 1 of this video that I did a few months ago, so if you guys want to check that out, the link is in the description. Make sure you guys like, share, comment, and subscribe. You know, share the video. If you don't want to like it, you know what I mean? It's no big deal. Check me out on social media. The links is in the description. Check out my author profile on Amazon as well. And email me if you got any questions or any topics you'd like me to discuss. And throw a couple coins in the well of wisdom while you're at it. Remember, anything lost can be found again except for time wasted. And I will catch you guys on the next video or live stream. I'm out of here.